guys, welcome back to my channel Disha's Life Vlog. It's me Disha. Today I'll be sharing with you all some interesting places I visited in Bangalore. In the last vlog you might have seen I have traveled to Bangalore through flight, and in this vlog I'll be showing you places which I visited in Bangalore. So you all know what to do. Subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed, and share this with your friends and family members. Let's get started. So the first place we visited is Malleshwaram Market. The best way to get over here is by bus. And it is a very famous market in Bangalore. It was Diwali time, so the market was full in rush. We bought some beautiful gowns and a lot of things. So it was a very happening place though for Diwali shopping. The streets were very beautiful with various types of shops. You can get anything over here, ranging from slippers to saris to puja items and also some delicious snacks. So we stopped at Ramanand store. Over there we ate pizza worth 35 rupees, and friends, believe me, it was so yummy. You must try it once you come to Bangalore. After buying some farsans and laddus, we stopped at this Mysore Special Chaat's corner where we ate something very special. Chaat, not pani puri, not bhel puri. It was elephant foot yam bhel. Yes, it was truly yummy. Well, friends, due to COVID, lots of shops were closed. But then we came across these beautiful floral shops where there were different kinds of flowers kept. Very, very beautiful. These are. Was evening, feeling hungry, we visited Asha's Sweet Center to have some yummy badam milk and samosa. The next place we visited is Golden Temple Velluru, which was situated in Tamil Nadu, not Karnataka. Golden Temple Vellore complex inside the Tripuram Spiritual Park is situated at the foot of small beautiful green hills Malaikodi, Vellore in Tamil Nadu. It is 120 km from Tirupati, 145 km from Chennai and 200 km from Bangalore. The devotee worshipped over here is Lakshmi Narayani or Mahalakshmi. Devotees from all religion and backgrounds are welcome to visit over here. So friends, while going to the temple, we stopped at Anand Bhavan to have our breakfast. Over here we ate puri, dosa and very popular dish of Tamil Nadu, which is pongal. So friends, this is how the entrance of the Golden Temple Vellore looks like. Sadly, the videography or photography was not allowed inside, but I will show you some pictures of this temple. The temple is made up of gold covering, has interact work done by artisans specializing in temple art using gold. About 1800 kg, example 1.8 tons of gold is utilized in the Golden Temple, and perhaps this is biggest quantity of gold used in a single temple, which is very fascinating. The walls of the temple are built in a star-like structure which looks very beautiful from a high range. This temple is located on 100 acres of land and has been constructed by the Vellore based charitable trust and is headed by its spiritual leader Sri Shakti Amma, also known as Narayani Amma. We had our lunch and then headed towards the Vellore fort. So friends, the temple which you can see over here, this is Jalakanteshwara temple. The temple timing is 6:30 am to 1 pm, then it again opens at 3 pm to 8:30 pm. The deity worshipped over here is Lord Shiva. According to the legend, there used to be a giant ant hill at this location where the temple now stands. This ant hill was surrounded by stagnant water as a result of collection of rainwater, and at some time a Shivalingam was placed in this water around the ant hill and was worshipped. Chinna Bommi Nayak, a Vijayanagara chieftain who was controlling the fort, had a dream where the Lord Shiva asked him to build a temple at this location. Nayaka proceeded to demolish the anthill and build the temple in 1550 CE. Big fort. So there is a fort ground and a whole round right over here. So in this complex, you will not get any monument structure. You will get this temple which I showed you now, a church over there, mosque. So friends, despite there was no other fascinating things in that fort complex, but this is an government museum which I found out was little interesting. There were some sculptures, stone carved sculptures kept uh, for sure. Some were found in that temple and the fort complex. So this was the only place I found it was interesting. So yeah, inside the museum, photography and videography was not allowed. So yes, friends, I could not shoot. But yeah, there were some weapons kept inside, and insects and snakes, which date back to long time. So not quite interesting museum, but yes, you can visit and spend a time over there. So friends, I just wanted to tell this all. Personally, I feel this fort could be little maintained properly. I don't know why this fort is not maintained properly. The museum also was not well maintained, not very interesting. So like we should really keep these places, historical places, safe and clean. Obviously, a lot of plastic chips wrappers and plastic bags were thrown here and there. We should really preserve these kind of historical places, friends. So once you visit over there, don't throw any garbage and make sure you keep those places clean. Don't scratch on the walls, okay? So the next place we are about to visit is Veerbhadra Temple in Lepakshi, also known as Lepakshi Temple. This temple is located in the Lepakshi village. This is a village which is situated in Andhra Pradesh in the Anantapur district. It is approximately 120 km from North Bangalore. It lies very close to the border of Karnataka. Lake Pakshi is culturally and archaeologically significant as it is the location of shrines dedicated to Shiva, Vishnu and Veerbhadra, which were built during the Vijayanagara Empire. So friends, now we will be visiting the most famous temple in Lepakshi, which is Veerbhadra Temple. Now a small history behind it is believed that Jatayu, who fought for saving Mata Sita from Ravan, fell over here. And Sri Ram came and said, Lepakshi, which means wood pakshi or raised bird. Hence, there is a Jatayu theme park over here, and there is also a stone carved Nandi, which we are going to explore in this video. We have reached to Lepakshi Temple. So friends, after we reached to Lepakshi Temple, in the parking lot we all felt hungry, so we had bought some home packed food, so we ate and then we headed towards the temple. The temple is dedicated to the Veerbhadra, a fierce incarnation of Lord Shiva. Built in the 16th century, the architectural features of the temple are in the Vijayanagara style with profusion of carvings and paintings at almost every exposed surface of the temple. It is one of centrally protected monuments of nation importance and is considered one of the most spectacular Vijayanagara temples. So friends, further in this video, I'll be taking you all through these places. Right in front of the main temple is the Grand Natya Mandap or the dancing hall, consisting of 70 carved pillars, of which 12 pillars situated at the center of the dancing hall. In the middle of the Natya Mandap at the ceiling, there is a beautifully carved 100-petal lotus carved out of 12 stones. It is called the Satpatra Kamal. When you visit this temple, do look up at the ceiling of the temple. You might find these paintings. The paintings are particularly detailed in very bright dresses and colors with scenes of Rama and Krishna from the epic stories of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata at the Puranas, and they are well preserved. Backside of the Nagalingam is the incomplete Kalyan Mandap, which has a unique story behind it. Veeruparna Nayak, who was a treasurer in charge of the kingdom, was falsely accused by the ministers for crime not committed by him. The king believed them true, ordered to pluck off Veeruparna's eyes. Rituparna, who was a loyal minister, was shattered himself and plucked off his eyes and offered to his king. The bloodstains of one of the walls is believed to relate with this story. Sita Hejje, or the impression of Sita Mata's right foot, can be found where water springs up from an unknown source, and a little amount of water is always found over there. Within the temple boundary, to its eastern side, there is a huge boulder of granite stone which has a carving of seven-headed serpent coiled in three layers, providing an umbrella cover over the Shivlinga seated at the center. It is the fourth Shivling in the complex and is the largest Nagalinga in India. It has an interesting story behind its construction. One day, when the sculptors came to the kitchen for lunch, the mother told them that it would take some more time to prepare the lunch. Not willing to waste any time, the sculptors decided to sculpt on the huge boulder of granite stone in front of the kitchen, and out of the result came this huge seven-headed serpent. Right next to the Nagalingam is the 6 feet tall Ganpati, which is carved out of the stone. The fascinating attraction of the Lepakshi temple is the 8 feet tall astonishing pillar to the northeast corner of the Natya Mandap, called the Hanging Pillar, also known as the Mool Stamba or the Antariksha Stamba. Just a small portion of the pillar is in contact with the ground and rest is about half an inch above the ground. So friends, after visiting the temple, we had some authentic Andhra style lunch. The first structure that you will come across just 200 meters before the temple complex is the India's largest monolithic Nandi, featuring a perfectly proportional body with finely carved ornaments, bells and smooth contour. It is 15 feet tall and 27 feet wide and is positioned such that it faces the huge Nagaling of the Veerabhadra temple. So friends, this is the Jatayu theme park quite near to the Lepakshi temple. In the starting of the video, as I shared the history of Lepakshi, over here Jatayu fell and Ram came and told Lepakshi, which is raised bird. So over here there is a cute little statue of Jatayu. You can climb over there, but I don't know, due to some reasons going up near the Jatayu was not there, but you can see Jatayu from a safe distance. I think friends, it's a worth it climb. The views is so beautiful. There was a cute little mandir on the top as well. Awesome. So friends, the vlog ends right over here. I hope you all liked this video, and if you did, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends and family members, and subscribe to my channel, Disha's Life Vlog. So see you all in the next video. Till then, bye bye.